I kind of came to this as sort of, in college. I was kind of I never really expected to go into, online organizing. I kind of maybe had thought it might be cool to go into politics, and just kind of happened upon the online space as sort of this evergreen space where, it was much easier and much more intuitive to get involved in the political process than kind of marching to your kind of, local election office or marching to your local county headquarters and volunteering, usually for the last weeks of an election. This is something that the potential to get involved was immediate. The potential to start a website and to start talking about an issue and making that issue kind of bubble up in kind of the public mind was, something that we never had really seen before. On any kind of sort of a mass distributed scale. So, I started a few websites, started a mailing list, for Bush's campaign, Bush 2000, this is back in '98, and, somebody who eventually worked with the RNC noticed that and said, I remember that, and brought me on board there. And back then we were kind of the only two people in the party really doing this. So from there, got to move on to the Bush campaign early on in 2003. I think we were one of the first or second wave of hires to go over to the campaign, because the first thing you need on the campaign is a website, that's kind of your first communication school. So spent 16 months over there. Spent some time in the administration, then went back to the RNC. For again 16 months, sort of a recurring pattern that I don't really have a job for longer than 16 months. So I think I'm coming up on 16 months in my current status. So we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens there. But sort of organized, from a top level, GOP.com, and I've worked with a lot of state parties, worked with a lot of campaigns to kind of spread best practices in the 2006. Campaign, and ever since have been consulting for various candidates and causes and organizations. I'll tell you, there's sort of I've seen this in kind of both sides. I sort of saw this from the as being somebody on the outside of a campaign, maybe wanting maybe a little bit to be on the inside, and then going on the inside of campaigns. And there are really advantages and disadvantages to both.